And next, I want you to make the two male firefighters kiss. How does that make you feel? I knew it!
I'm Max.
And I'm Harjot.
Join us as we discuss the latest scroll-stopping content.
This is Scroll Interrupted.
I come from a family of mumblers.
Okay.
My man is a mumbler.
So you married within your family?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Maxine's ancestry. I mean,
Secrets.
Ancestry. Ancestry.com.
What's that joke? They're like your family tree is like a stump.
It's
or
a
something.
wreath.
Or a wreath. Or, yeah.
Oh,
That's
man.
gross.
Hi, I'm Maxine. Today I didn't wear a hat because I wanted to give Harjot his moment. Let him have something. Hats.
Hi, I'm Harjot, and if I card once, I'll card again.
I didn't get it until I got it.
Do you like my cardigan?
I love it. It's not new, is it? I can
No.
tell there's pilling.
Shots fired. Well, I guess I'll just die.
Well, I'm never gonna wear this again.
It hides my trouble spots.
Oh.
Mm. No, your face. Exactly. I was gonna say the best comeback. Oh, but it's not covering your face.
Yeah.
I should give it to you.
We joke.
We have fun.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to talk about men behaving weirdly in clubs. I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but I believe it. Then we're going to talk about somebody who was Nightwing for Halloween and why people had a problem with it.
Weird.
We're going to get into the topic of, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now?
Survey says,
Oh, God.
We're also going to get into racism against the great nation of India. Then we're going to talk about whether or not you should be taking an online course, or is it all just a scam? Finally, check your phone. Check your text from your mom. She wants to hear from you. More on that.
When was the last time you went to a club? Like a club?
Circa a few years ago?
Like,
It's been a while.
5+ years.
So anyways,
We're old.
my algorithm has been showing me that I'm not missing out on anything. Apparently, we were existing during the golden times, especially for like straight clubs. So obviously, I'm not familiar.
There's a rift. There's a rift.
Yeah.
Get the boys off the stage.
Look at that. That's embarrassing.
They're up on the platform.
Yeah. Like the DJ booth is up there. And it's all dudes.
Let's talk about how it used to be in our yesteryear.
Yeah, reminisce.
It would usually be like the girlies that are like
Yeah.
on the platform close to the DJ, kind of like getting their lives.
Yeah.
You know, clubs in a, I know people don't usually associate like a club with like a safe space, but like sometimes the girlies want to get down.
Yeah.
They're usually with their friends.
Yeah.
They're dressed to the nines. It was a fun.
And hotness was currency, and it's
Yes.
like hot girls to the front. Like
Millennial core.
let them up there, like help them up, and you're like, woo woo, girl, do your thing. And here's like another video.
The epidemic of men being on platforms. Oh God.
Look at how okay, so
They're
check
not
the
even
vibe.
dancing.
Check the vibe. Like check the like they're making eye contact. Like what do you
Yikes.
think is going through their minds? Imagine you're a straight man right then. Imagine.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of like a predator looking out onto, the savannah looking for their prey.
Oh, I didn't
It
think
kind of
that.
like who's checking for me while I'm up here.
Exactly. So I didn't think it was like you're right. It could be like I'm at a higher vantage point. Let me look for the hotties with bodies. I was thinking it's like, oh, I'm the prize now.
It
like,
could be that too.
You know, like the whole incel culture of like we don't buy girls drinks anymore and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So apparently,
you want to be the prize. You are.
apparently,
you are
the rules that we used to exist by, which is girls got in for free, cut the line, doesn't happen anymore. Guys don't buy girls drinks anymore.
I know.
Like, and guys are on the platforms. So my question is like, oh, and there's like no ladies' nights anymore.
I know. This is all. Listen, do you think they get on those platforms because they know like women naturally have like gravitated towards the platforms and they're like as a man, I can't speak for the experience of a woman, but I'm assuming you
in a
see a bunch of
heterosexual club, right? Because obviously it's different in a gay club.
Good to clarify, but like you see a bunch of straight men up on a platform dancing and kind of like not even properly dancing, just like kind of like shimmying a little bit and like looking out. Like, are you as a woman going to feel comfortable to go up there and dance with them? No, they've kind of taken over that. It's like the gym. It's like when men take over a space, there's just a feeling of, oh, I guess I'm not doing that today. Like, because like it's always going to be weird, nasty, and gross. And
so gross.
Yeah, men are very touchy-feely.
Here's what I'm thinking is that men want to be women in the club. Like, whenever you talk about these situations where you...
Who's going to be the man? All you want to be the girl, who's going to be the man?
To a heterosexual man, like, what would you do if you were a woman for a day? It's always to use their bodies to, get attention, right? To get things for free. So I think, like, they're cosplaying as women at these clubs.
I would be ran through if I was a woman.
Oh, I would be so hot. People buying me drinks. People want to look at me when it's like, that's what you are doing when you see a beautiful woman with her friends having fun. Like, you're trying to cosplay as the hot girls on the stage, having the time of their lives, and your drinks were maybe paid for. I'm like, that's what they're living in their mind.
Never.
Yeah.
No,
that's what I think. Like, I truly think it's gotten so bad in like the red pill culture for these young men that they have so rejected the idea of like women are the reason why we go to these social events, which was 100%. That's why promoters were giving you free stuff and letting you cut the line, is the reason why straight men would even go to these clubs, is they've forgotten that. And they go to these clubs and they're like, well, what do I get it if I buy her a drink? You know, like,
there would always have to
be the table.
There would always have to be a certain ratio of like women to men in order for them to allow.
Remember, they wouldn't let in groups of single guys. Groups of single guys were not allowed.
Yeah, girlies to the front. It was always because they're the lure. They're the bait.
They're the product.
I mean, I don't like talking about women that way.
We're not objectifying them, but we're like, you know, in marketing terms, they're the
set
product.
The standard.
Yeah, they're like what we're selling. We're like, beautiful women are here, and you will get a chance to be in the presence of beautiful women wearing hot clothes, dancing on a stage, and all you have to do is buy them a Red Bull and vodka.
Are you saying that we've equality too close to the sun?
I don't know, or there's just
is this woke culture?
I think there's a little bit of the mix of like, you know, equality, everybody has to pay, but then I think there is like this big rejection of like women should be pursued, or women are like people to be like fawned over, and I want to spend time with them. Like, now they're like, what? So when you see that, it's like, are the bros at the clubs for the bros now?
I think so.
Did it look like that?
Yeah, it's kind of like giving like, hey, me and my friends are going to like hang out here, and we don't care if there's women. We're going to get on the platform. We're just, men do this thing. Like, it's like whatever the version of like manspreading is.
Okay.
Is like, it's like a disease that just expands. I can say that. I had a disease that did somewhat expand.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they take over a space. It's just, again, very like the visual of manspreading.
It's so not fun. Like, if you think about a club, it was about dancing, it was about meeting people, and the like whole like peacock,
gross, sweaty,
like.
And then they're closer to the DJ, so then like they make requests, and sometimes like DJs take requests, sometimes they don't.
And they don't
but
get
their
like
influence,
and I'll say like the way that straight men dance is like they're very aware of like how they have to
they're looking.
Like, they're like, but I can't dance well because people will think I'm gay.
Yeah, it's true.
So
this is a layered conversation.
Yeah, right?
Very
so I'm like, why are you up there? Why are you there? You're
I
not
know,
even
literally to do
entertaining.
this. And be like,
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of TikToks from like different men who are aware of this.
Yeah.
And they talk about like how the guy's like, hey, shorty, like kind of making eye contact with like a woman that he's trying to impress. And we saw it in that video, that second one, where like the guy's clearly looking out at who's looking at him. And that's what makes it gross. I'm like, listen, I will cap this off by saying like, this is why women gravitate towards queer spaces and queer clubs. You know, I mean, there's also an over-indexing on that like women, like the bachelorette party takes over the gay club, but at the same time,
that's problematic.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore.
No.
It's just,
You can see it was very much like majority men like feeling centered spaces.
It's been colonized.
Boo. Boo.
You've probably noticed that the racism towards India and Indians has grown exponentially over the last, I want to say, year.
Yeah.
It's probably been progressively getting worse, but like it's noticeable. In many ways, Indians in Canada are treated the same way that Mexicans are treated in America. I feel like there are parallels. It's shameful, but anyways, the recent flood of racism is angled at India specifically. You'll see a lot of like videos in your feed about street food and people questioning the hygiene. But let's watch this clip and let's have a discussion about it. Things you can do in India that don't involve making yourself sick with like street food.
Hygienic. Okay, what was that?
She is Indian, and like the thing is like there are.
She's like preemptively. I get it. Okay. There's also giving classist a little bit, you know. It's so pretty. Ooh, that's fun.
So this is Lily Baria. I hope I'm saying her name right. I should know. But like she is affectionately known as the Tiffin Lady all over TikTok.
Yeah.
So she's been living in India for some time and she's very familiar with like the racist
culture.
sentiments. And so she felt the need to put this out there, rightfully so, of course. Like you want to defend.
She's like, this is a country I love.
Exactly. And she's been living there for some time and she understands the culture and she knows like, listen, India doesn't have a pretty big gap in the haves and the have-nots. Yes, it does. But at the same time, you have like these travelers, these tourists that are consistently frequenting parts of the country that are not known for being, you know,
like they're seeking out almost these like
it's
areas.
like the cheapest experience. I've watched travel YouTubers that go and start to like, you know, haggle or like negotiate the price of like street food and of like little like knickknacks, and it's like they're basically fighting over like cents. It's like something that costs like 12 cents, like a drink that will cost. I'm like, really, like, how are you supporting the tourism of this country that you claim to enjoy traveling to when you're like getting that? Like it means, I feel like negotiating, is it haggling? It's haggling. Haggling.
Yeah.
I feel like haggling, there's a real appreciation for it in Asian cultures, right? It does exist in Asia for good reason, because the people who live there, they can only afford what's in the realm of possibility based on their economic status.
Sure.
For people that are coming from abroad, you're telling me that you're coming to this country and you're spending your American Canadian dollar and you don't have like 12 cents to pay for a drink. Like I would top it up with like some sort of a tip, right?
But I find that they're open if you're like, oh, I'm buying 10. They'll be like, oh, we'll give you one for free. Like it's like hospitality just comes when you're an appreciator of culture and you're spending money. They're like, oh, we'll give this to you for free. Oh, well, you know, look, I'll give you don't worry about that. Like you get those things when they can sense that you're here to enjoy.
Absolutely. Also with YouTube.
But to be stinged?
Also with YouTube, people want the clickbait of like checking out street food in this part of India and like showing a thumbnail where it looks like what a lot of people that post on TikTok and Red Note showing India to look like, which is like it's unhygienic. People are making there are parts that are like poor, that are poverty stricken, that like people are trying to get out of a hole, and it's a service that they provide, something that they've used to. Remember, these countries have faced colonization, which has systemic ripple effects that are still present to this day in modern day India. However, there's a huge part of India, I believe she's in Goa, which is I think north of, or is it south? She's in Goa.
It's pretty. It's pretty like wealthy area.
It's to be honest, it's not completely, because people did comment in the comments like trying to come for her and say, well, show us something that we can actually afford. It's you're not Indian, and like the sentiment is even actually racist itself.
Yeah,
saying that like, you know, oh well, this is the nice parts of India. No, it's not. She actually has another clip where she breaks down the prices of each one of the experiences from that clip, saying this is all very affordable, and it is. It's incredibly. It's just people aren't seeking this out because people also like if you're traveling to like Asia, usually it's a lot of like young people that are like backpacking.
Sure.
And it's like, well, yeah, you get what you pay for.
It's true.
If you're gonna book like a family vacation to like a resort in Mexico, you're gonna get a certain kind of experience.
And I wonder if it's like that entitlement where it's like I don't want to pay in a country where I think I'm better than them, but I want to be
100%.
treated. I want to be treated like a king.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
You think you're going to get some kind of service because of the way that you look, which is like I think bringing like a non-Indian, a non-Asian, bringing the haggling to like an Asian country is really tacky. I think like that's their tourism, and still like
No, it's gross.
Yeah.
No, I feel like as a Filipina, like there's similar content that comes out of the Philippines too, because it's generally not. It is getting popular. It's not as popular as some of the other Southeast Asian countries, but a lot of tourists who go there are like, oh, it's dirty, it's poor. I'm like, yeah, because you went to parts of like Manila that are very, very like suffer from the same problems that you talked about. And I'm like, there are thousands of islands and there's so much of the country to see. And that's like if somebody came to Canada and I showed them the worst part of Toronto that has the poorest and like
that one street in Vancouver, in downtown Vancouver, where everyone's,
homeless. I know.
Using needles.
I know. And we're like, welcome to Canada. People would be shocked.
There's an arrogance when it comes to North Americans, when it comes to North Americans and like their standard of livings or as much as they believe it to be. But yeah, also like I think it's kind of sad to see that the Philippines, I think in some ways has been reduced. I'm going to give you the most stereotyped version of what people associate with the Philippines, which is ladyboys. Yeah. That's where you go find a ladyboy. Sure. And then for India, it's like unhygienic street food. It's like, it's really sad that's kind of like the soundbite that gets circulated across social media.
You get ladies or ladyboy. You get like, all the young girls and all that stuff there.
I know. And that's like, you're talking about the final output of like colonization.
I know, and poverty, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
awful. No, I don't like it.
Boo.
All right, so Halloween passed. We had fun getting into costumes.
Yeah, why
that's
not?
That's what it's all about. But apparently, no. So
you can't always have fun.
You can't always have
Somebody's
fun.
got to ruin it.
On the internet, people can be so judgmental, mean. So there was a creator who, for Halloween, dressed up as Nightwing, and apparently that was a big problem for a lot of straight men. I'm gonna show his costume, and then we'll talk about like the backlash and all the resulting conversation that's been had about it.
All right,
let's get into it. Look, I'm having fun. I don't know. But he like clearly cut out the emblem himself.
Okay.
He made it himself. Also, this is like Toronto. After seeing that costume, you're like, okay, what's the problem? People started calling him like chubby Nightwing, and we're just like, bro, you're delusional. And it was mostly like men who were stitching his video.
I want to see your body. I want to see your hairline.
People were stitching his video, like making fun of him, talking about how he's not fit. And I'm like, I feel like we are so far from what normal bodies look like.
It's like
I'm
when they
that's chubby. I'm like, that's normal. What are we talking about?
It's like
here?
when they like terrorized Britney for being fat.
Yeah.
When she was just like, she was actually quite fit.
18 years old or something. The male gaze. It's like even on their own.
G-A-Z or Z-E.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
The
not
male
you.
gaze.
Not you. Not your people. But like the problem when men are applying these like high standards for what people should look like to be able to just be in public.
Wait, hold on. So was this men on men hate crime?
Oh, for sure.
I'm always a little bit flexible with that sometimes because I'm like, it's a taste of your own medicine. You have been like terrorizing women for so many years. And like when they get it from each other, I feel like maybe they're teaching themselves within their own community. I use the word very loosely of like what it feels like to be on the receiving end of too fat.
Super fair. And I think that's the conversation that needs to be had is like, okay, we talk about the male loneliness epidemic, but here's a guy who's not hurting anyone, has not said he's the best Nightwing ever. It was just like, I like Nightwing. I make a costume. I want to go and make a fun video with my friend. Clearly someone's shooting it. and put
He's
it
just
on the
having
internet.
fun. I know. When did also the requirement for Halloween reach the point of like cosplay level
Yeah.
perfection?
Well, that's why like a lot of people were calling it like cosplay. I'm like, so what? It doesn't hurt you, but the fact that like I'll be open if it was like cosplayers critiquing the costume and like the accuracy. Like you get it. Like there's some people who are like it's an
Sure.
art, but it wasn't. Like they were body shaming him basically.
I know.
And a lot of women then started to go to this, and you'll see comments where like it's like they're like, oh,
like
you're
he's my
cute.
type. Like
Yeah,
Like
because-
homeboy could get it.
Yeah, and then people are like, "Oh, chubby was my type. I came here, and you're saying that this person's chubby." Like,
Ooh, I bet that made the men so mad.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got into those conversations where men were like, "You don't actually," or they were doing this. They were first trying to tell women what they actually find attractive. No, you don't. You don't like this. You like, like muscly muscles, and then they were doing, well, where were you when I was this nerdy kid and blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't. And then people were like, well, were you likable? Were you nice?
I know. There's so many factors and layers to being attractive.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hope men see the reflection of their own behavior
Yeah.
through these kind of comment sections.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like man on man.
Yeah.
When it's with man to man.
You
hate crime.
wish.
How dare you?
You're
Some
yeah,
hornball.
and then, just to cap it off, he's young. He's like 19.
The formative years.
He's just on the internet having fun, and he's actually had a lot of fun with it. Like his next video was he ordered Wingstop. He was like, good idea. He got Wingstop because people called him like Nightwing Stop, right?
I
And he
hate
was
when
like-
my haters are funny.
And he was like, good idea. And he like had
Nightwing,
it.
more like Wingstop.
And people are still like flooding his comments, like, oh, you're a cutie, like all this stuff. And it's the girls and the gays who have been like hyping him up. They're like, he's handsome, he's having fun, he has a sense of humor, seems attractive.
Yeah.
And men forget that there's so much more to just like visual that women are attracted
It's
to.
true. You know what? I wish this person engagement, and I feel like they got what they got.
Oh,
They got what's gonna maybe
positive.
help them.
Yeah.
I hope you get
People
pushed
were
into other people's
supportive.
algorithms. Like, I wish you the engagement that you deserve.
Yeah, that's nice.
I can proudly say that I've never taken an online course. I believe a lot of them. I know. I'm proud of my illiteracy, being a dumb idiot on the internet. No, sorry, that came out wrong. I'm happy to say I haven't really fallen victim to a lot of these like online courses.
Oh.
Usually compiled by a life coach of some sort.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not hating on the practice of life coachery, but also let's get into this clip and let's talk about it.
Okay. I'm excited.
Welcome, and thanks for buying the Success course. You've already made a step towards better in your life by purchasing this course. I promise you. I'm going to tell you all the steps that I took to be successful. And
Okay, on board.
The first one was I didn't give up. I I knew what I wanted, and I went for it. You know what I mean? And like, even when I thought to myself, nobody's going to go for this, I was like, nobody's going to pay $200 for a video to listen to me say vague and loosely relatable blanket statements about believing in yourself. But here you are, $200 later, and here I am, $200 richer because of you. And it's like a win-win, because it's like, the more
like, I've been
I go up in profit, the more you go up in success. And that's just how that works. It goes hand in hand. And I can tell you even more about that
His
in the next course. So
That's
you buy that
sad.
one, then it's like you made another step towards your success. The more courses you buy from me, the more successful you're gonna be. You see how that rhyme? Because it's facts.
It rhymes.
and
Because it's facts.
it's like a ladder, bro. It's like the more courses
Ladder.
I found this so funny.
It's
Like, honestly,
so
it cracked me up
sad.
because I've always felt this way. Like, a lot of these like PDFs that are just, published online,
Yeah.
usually it's the most vague kind of information. And I believe that, like, to a certain extent, hey,
Yeah.
I believe Miss ChatGPT is coming for your gig.
Oh, for sure. And I think there's like the part of these courses that are sad. It's like it's preying on people's desire to, get success, get rich,
Self-betterment.
and things like that. And then it ends up being a person who's just trying to tell you maybe they are successful to some degree, but it's
Sure.
like you can't replicate. Like you literally can't replicate a lot of people's success.
You can't. And that's the point,
Like,
right?
I had my $1 million idea. That's once in a lifetime, and you'll never do this. Watch my master class.
You know how many of these, like,
Built
case
by Bill
studies-
Gates. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so I'm gonna be Bill Gates now.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I've seen a bunch of these where the person who is selling the course or program isn't even where they want to be. They're just selling.
It's a grift.
They're selling a grift.
Yes.
And basically, you are getting them there. So they're actually
Yes.
manifesting with action. I don't know if I hate that anymore.
You're right. It's like, oh my gosh, yes, because I've seen these, and this is my algorithm, where it'll be these like bros who are like, I'll tell you how you can get rich being a copywriter, and it's clearly like an Airbnb mansion, and they've like rented a car. Yeah, I made $1 million.
Yes, the car rentals.
Yeah.
It's always like renting expensive cars.
A supercar.
And then, yeah, talking in their garage with the car behind
through
them.
crypto, something, and it's like, it's young people who are struggling in these like economic times who are probably like, yeah, you know what? Okay, I don't have $100, but maybe I'll just like put it on my credit card, and like this'll give me a leg up what I need.
I totally. I feel like a lot of them are scams. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I think that's the sad reality of it.
That is sad because like people are probably in their lowest moments and they're like, maybe this is the answer. I found it through my late night searching or on my algorithm.
I know. Usually that's how they get you, right? And you have so much optimism once you see like the mission statement of this course and kind of like the value that it claims that it's going to bring you. And then there's a lunchbox letdown where you're like, oh, okay, like I just got vague information.
You know what? I think I did get one served where it was like about making educational content or like how to make content to make money. And I'm like, isn't that what you're doing right now? Like you'll see these creators who are like, I'll tell you. And then you look at their following and they have like 134 followers. I'm like, oh, okay. Like you said, they're manifesting.
I know. You can't really like, they are trying to make their dream come true and it's not
and maybe
necessarily
they took a course and this is them doing the course.
Yeah,
Ooh.
potentially. That's
like
an MLM.
spawning.
That's Mary Kay. That's Mary Kay. Like the products don't matter as much as like.
Is Mary Kay still a thing?
I don't know. What happened to Miss Mary Kay?
Okay, Avon destroyed her. Yeah,
she got bought out by Big Makeup.
Avon, yeah. Oh well, I don't know. Maybe we'll put together.
R.I.P. Mary Kay.
So we're gonna look out for our new course coming out soon. $199. The creators making commentary on musicals. A musical where they're sitting on a wall and then he'll be like, we're done with it. We're over it. I won't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
it's narrative through music.
Yeah.
I just remember a bunch of like Christmas carols that we were forced to sing. And then like
in Christ?
It wasn't as Christly.
Okay.
We took the Christ out of Christmas.
Okay.
I remember the music teacher was also like the art teacher.
Okay.
And she was an older suburban white mom. But she did appreciate, like she thought being cool was like ending everything with a yeah. So every song that was performed was punctuated with a yeah.
Was it her who got to say it? Oh my gosh. You know what? She's like, I put in all this work. This is my moment.
She was also the like
she
conductor.
Was Juliet in Romeo and Juliet.
That wasn't needed because we weren't giving levels.
Yeah.
There was not like the instruments
recorder.
was just. I feel like it was a track. I feel like there was a backing track. Maybe somebody on a piano. Come to think of it, she's a narcissist. She was a narcissist.
She was crazy. That was traumatic.
Yeah, this is a character study.
To think about it.
You know what? She had us paint the windows when we were. I forget what grade I was in. She had us paint the windows for different holidays. And she, you know what? She personally attacked me. She personally asked me to paint an Indian, like a woman in Indian, some kind of Indian dress, like a sari. Yeah, for Diwali.
That's
like
what she knew. She knew of it.
Yeah, she's like, let me get this little gay boy to do something cultural.
Yeah.
Targeted again. But
you're responsible.
She saw me.
Yeah. You know when like you ally wrong? Like
she allied too close to the sun.
Yeah, she was a little bit too encouraging that you were like, great, now all this pressure.
And next, I want you to make the two male firefighters kiss. How does that make you feel? I knew it.
And is one of them you?
Yeah.
Recently, Vogue put out an article called "Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing Now?" So
embarrassing now.
Now, yeah, and the important thing is now because it's really speaking on relationships that Gen Z and millennial women are like embarrassed of. So the article is written by Shantae Joseph, and really smart. She really centered a lot of the research that she did for the article with women who are actually in relationships. So it's not like she was, it's like very anthropological. So she asked a lot of women who are in relationships this question of, is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend now? And the responses were anything from like, oh, I'm not really sharing it because like privacy. Like I don't want to put my life out there. I'm like, okay, that makes sense because, in the era of social media, people are like, maybe I don't want to share everything anymore. Like we kind of swung the opposite way of like Instagram, I share everything. Now I kind of don't.
For British Vogue, I wrote, this piece is having a boyfriend embarrassing now. I know people have reading the headline, they're like, nah, nah, nah. But listen, for this piece, I interviewed a bunch of women. I spoke to them about why they hide their partners on social media or they like post very inconspicuously about them. Some people said it was about privacy and this sort of unique, special privacy that you only afford your romantic partner. A lot of people spoke about the evil eye and this idea that, oh, if I post my partner, then people who are jealous of me will somehow, through their terrible vibes, ruin my relationship. Some people said that they felt as if they were scared to post because what happens when someone comes to them as a woman, or what happens when they break up and they have to delete all the posts.
So I encourage you to read her article. It's really interesting. Men aren't the prize anymore.
No, it's kind of like a liability at this point.
And there's
sometimes
there's a quote that I'm like, it's not exactly, but it's like, partnership is no longer like a validation of your womanhood as it once was. Because back in the day, and like I'll go all the way back, like the 1950s, like a woman married is like a status symbol.
Sure.
Right? But now it's like boyfriend, like it's not a status symbol anymore. No longer holds that value. And what I found interesting, especially in our content creation space, is they said like once these women creators started to share their boyfriends, they would lose followers.
Yeah, because you're being heckled,
and I've done this.
Sometimes rightfully so. Like I've actually, I've heard this whole like other conversation on TikTok happening where it's like, if you don't want your husband or your partner, your live-in boyfriend criticized, stop putting videos up online of him doing really embarrassing stuff or doing really like inappropriate childish things.
But it's also, I think what happens to it's if you and Shantae writes about this is like your content, your brand is one thing, and then bringing in a man into it sometimes doesn't fit that brand anymore. And people are like, I don't like this.
Do you think people are reacting with like, I trusted you and your boyfriend it up?
I remember following some like young woman, and she talked about leaving her like really high corporate job. And so like that was her thing where she was like, I had to leave burnout and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, that's cool. That's relatable as somebody in corporate. It was like interesting, and then she would talk about her relationship with her parents and mental health and all that. So I was like, oh, cool. And then when she got a boyfriend, it was always like my boyfriend, and things with her boyfriend.
The narrative shifts.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not interested in your dates. I was interested in your like life journey and where are you going post.
I didn't sign up for this. I'm packing up my stuff and I'm leaving.
I left. And I was like, oh no, I'm the problem too. But
Maxine is somebody who is with boyfriend.
Yeah.
With husband now. With partner.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes feel embarrassed?
I feel like it's not an embarrassed thing, but I did feel this like I didn't want to put out there that me being attached to a man was like this big shift in me.
Yeah, you also don't put your personal personality out there, so I guess
I felt so uncomfortable. And I think I might have talked to you about this like after I got married, and I eloped like because I'm totally the type of person that I don't like to share.
She's walked away from the church. She's left the faith.
I wanted to get married because this is the person I want to spend my life with, but I didn't want like a wedding. And I remember after my wedding, I was like, shoot, I have to like post pictures. Like I have to tell the world I got married. And not that it was like embarrassing, but I was like, this isn't the center to my world.
It's dissonance because I feel like we are very much embedded in a culture that is all of the things that like I feel like scare the radical right, which is like these, woke leftists, which we are very much subscribed to, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like we find it embarrassing to live out maybe some of these like storylines that were imposed on us.
That's true. Like I'm
having
not
man.
I'm not a trad wife.
Yeah.
Like, I get to
I'm
make
not a
my
gentrifier, I
I get
swear.
to make my own decisions about my body.
Yeah.
Like, things like that. I'm allowed to cut my hair short,
Yeah. I'm allowed to wear perfume.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. I have a husband. The status is to be single because before it was like single is sad. And now it's flipped. The script has flipped so much. And I'm happy about it. And I'm happy that the article was from the perspective of women who are in relationships. And it wasn't like, oh, well, that's just like a bitter lady who's just like going to end up alone. She's bitter. Like, no, it was women in relationships being like, you know what? I don't feel the need to center my life around my relationship.
Yeah, not everyone's hating on you. It's just like, I feel like, I think to the
it's
audience.
Mrs. to you.
I think it's to the audience. It's like they can see a shift in the kind of content and the personality.
Yeah.
It's like you said you weren't really waiting around for Prince Charming, but then you totally flipped the script.
Yeah.
And now you're like streaming to us while making him dinner.
Yeah. It's like if Drew Afwalo all of a sudden like started doing her content that was just like her man and all that stuff. I'd be like, I don't like
Look at this cutie pie.
Yeah, like he's there and like he plays a supporting role.
Yeah.
But it's not like we're going on date nights now and 27 things that I love about him and like all those couple memes.
If
and
there's
I'm
a
like,
radical
what is
shift
happening? Yeah.
in your content
Your
and it moves
brand.
away from you and it becomes the both. It's like I didn't sign up for these two people. I signed up for this one person and their takes. So yeah. Guys, call your mom back.
Okay.
Am I allowed to use the term guys?
Yeah,
I feel like that was an inflammatory question.
Oh, I think if you explain
Am I
that
allowed?
it's gender neutral. Like, dude,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I think people still like start using
Sure.
dude and bro as
in the most inclusive way.
Yeah.
Guys, are we guys, are we calling our moms back? Oh, whatever. I'm just going to leave it there. Our two moms back. This is the future that you created. The monster that you created.
This is what the right's been talking about.
Yeah. I'm editing in real time to be as inclusive as possible. But listen, if you hear that ding and it's taking you away from this show and it's your mom,
Or
put her on
chosen mother.
mute. Your chosen Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, let's just get into this clip.
Okay.
Before I disintegrate.
I don't know what this is, but let's do it. Sometimes you gotta read your mama text and go on about your day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably seen this trend.
Okay. I miss her. I am her. No, you're a boy now.
And this isn't like a dig at
Like
like
a
trans
trans?
person. What's highlighted in this trend oftentimes, and I've seen some good like South Asian creators talk about this too, because we're bringing awareness to that internalized misogyny.
Yeah.
Because it started out with mom text, now it's moved on to like your brother, your dad, or your like
Your husband or
homophobic uncle or
something.
whatever, right? So, but like it started off with like internalized misogyny being at the core of these messages of like
from
my mom still sends
like
me this stuff.
policing your looks.
There was one where this girl, South Asian woman, where she had her mom send her a picture of herself and say, maintain this size.
Was it a current picture or an old picture?
It was an old picture. Or no, it was a current, I don't know.
Maybe it was
I
an
think
old,
it was an older picture.
It was an old picture.
Yeah, and it was like, it's just so, and that was along the same lines. That was the sentiment.
This wasn't
a thing, a dig at.
I love an immigrant mom that uses like the most, like, the biggest word she knows. Maintain.
I feel like it was in all caps. Maintain this size! ! Sending her a picture of her from the past. Like,
I would not speak
God.
to her. I would not speak to her probably the whole holiday season.
So this is the same thing. She's like, oh, you're a boy now because you're not as feminine as like, you used to be. So it wasn't a dig at like anyone that's like transitioning.
But I saw her. She still looks quite femme.
I know. Well, you know what?
I don't know what the baggage is
The
here.
expectations are somewhere in the past.
Or maybe it is like an attitude.
They're toxic.
You know, like if you're too assertive, like sometimes like parents don't like that.
Maybe she's without man. Maybe that's why. And
Oh,
her
so
mother
she's
finds
the
that to be a
boy.
problem.
Yeah.
I find it so funny because I still get it's a Facebook guru like clip of like how to eat for your leaky gut. And it's like not by a doctor, it's by some like absolute rando. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fight you on this. You believe what you need
Dr.
to
Oz.
believe. Go eat a pint of cottage cheese. Go for it.
Do what you want. No, damn it. What is it? Emotional damage. I'm like, let me write a text that's so offensive to ruin their day.
I think I would like to think that this isn't done on purpose to hurt, your child.
Yeah.
I think they genuinely think it's motivating.
It's helping. I know.
And I'm like, maybe like does text warp tone?
That's no, and it's a classic. It's like the playbook, right, of a lot of immigrant parents, which is shame.
That's true. Also, it's like I found this. This
Oh,
resurfaced,
yeah.
and like I have like.
But it's also like maybe when back then you were calling me fat or manly too. Back then, like they're never happy anyways. So it's
I
like, what's the
know.
point?
Boo.
What's the point? But I mean, like that's a nice perspective on it. It's like it comes from a place of care, but the execution is cruel.
Yeah.
Execution, like
Note to Harjot when you're watching this back, maintain this.
size. But you were the one who was like worried about your thighs looking
I
massive.
know it's true. I was like,
He made me check the cameras.
I know I did. I feel like we are the Mary Kay consultants. I feel like we are grifting and running a scam.
Yeah.
It's the overly cheerful,
Yeah.
positive. Like, do you want to do this? You should do this.
Please.
The beauty bar that I can interest you in.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'll look 10 years younger.
Oh,
yeah.
It may give you cancer. I've been trying
You
it
were
for
the
10 years.
You're the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Using it only specifically on one part of your body.
My knee.
We can laugh about it now.
Yeah.
You're alive.
Yeah. Hey, did you like this video? If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to see more videos like this.
And make sure to follow us on TikTok at Scroll Interrupted Show and on Instagram at Scroll Interrupted. I did it.
That was clean. That was good. I liked it.
High five.